The what?
You have been a long time absent from Cannes.
A long time absent. I've never come to Cannes in my life. It's the first time.
I thought that in the old times you used to come sometimes.
No,
Only
it's
your
the
films.
first time. Only my films.
Okay.
And I was never here with any of my films.
Mm-hmm.
I find it's amazing. It's like a carnival, you know, full of chaos and full of crowds and excitement. It's I don't know how long it goes on. I leave tomorrow, but you know, the town obviously becomes very alive for a week or two, or however long it lasts.
One thing I love very much in the film is, in one hand, you flatter the French, saying that they are the most clever in Europe, they had good taste, but in the other hand, you show them as idiots, snobbish idiots, because they like a film that even the filmmaker doesn't like. I like this duality.
Well, I mean, I think that duality, you know, the French, one can justifiably tease them about any number of people that they would consider great that in the United States we wouldn't. But the bottom line is that they have really discovered many American artists before we have. Yeah. They've seen the greatness in many American film directors and taken them very seriously and treated them as artists, when in America they haven't given them any respect at all. This is true of writers that we've had. This is true of jazz musicians that we've had. You know, for a country where jazz originated, all these wonderful musicians had to come to Paris and to France to be recognized. So it's a dual feeling that we have. Those of us who work in the arts are very, very thankful for France, because France has really made a major contribution to American culture by showing us the way. And then every now and then they'll find somebody that it's inexplicable to us. We don't know why, what they see. Either they're seeing so deeply that we can't see it, or they're making a mistake. But the truth of the matter is, for the most part, they've done a very good job in leading the way for American culture.
Mm-hmm. In your film, Jude Williams seems to be quite the kind of Hollywood producer that you dislike. Is it true? Because you make a sort of clown that only wants money. Is that the kind of producer that you don't like at all, I imagine?
The kind of
producer that you dislike?
No, the kind of I always like the kind of producer that's, you know, hands off unless you need something. I've been very lucky over the years. I've only had wonderful producers and wonderful people to work with in the film business. I've been able to avoid Hollywood. I've been able to stay in New York and work with very, very good people. But many friends of mine who are directors have had to work excuse me, through the Hollywood system, and that's very, very difficult for them. They've got to get permission to write an idea. They've got to show their scenario to someone who knows nothing about writing says, oh, change this, change this, change this, and you know, and then they've got to, can I use this costume designer? Can I use this cameraman? Can I reshoot this scene? It's constant contact with people who are not qualified to make those decisions, who don't know anything about it, and who freely dictate, you know, and this is really a terrible, terrible thing. So when you see some good American films being made, which is rare, it's really a triumph for the director.
I see. you are very serious in the fact that some people should be blind for a while, because it is a way of being able of appreciate with new eyes the things that surround us and the people that surrounds us. Do you think that it is true? It could be a good experience for lots of people.
Well, yeah,
tus
I
trailers.
think that what
Visita
happens
mi
is
canal.
in all walks of life, particularly in human relationships, but in all walks of life, you tend to start to take things for granted. You know, and you don't realize, you know, how lucky you are in a situation, you take it for granted. Then suddenly something happens, and you're traumatized, and then it comes back to the way it was, and you can finally appreciate it. This could be a husband with a wife who does go blind and then sees you again, or it could be, you know, in real life, you take your life for granted, and then suddenly you go to the doctor, and the doctor says, well, look, I see something here, we have to take a biopsy and check this or something. And then for 2 weeks, you're very nervous and anxious, and they look, and it's okay. And then you appreciate your life in a much deeper way. You realize that you've been taking everything for granted. So I think this happens all the time.